All right, time to get a check of your forecast. About 10 minutes until 7 p.m. Looking at our temperatures right now, we're in the mid-60s for Brooksville, Homosassa, Wesley Chapel. Dade City a little bit cooler at 64. Closer to the coast, we have a mix of numbers. St. Petersburg at 74, while Newport Richey is at 67. Across our inland locations now, Lakeland sitting at 70 degrees, and we have some upper 60s in places like Frostproof, where Wauchula is a little bit cooler. So definitely a mix of numbers for tonight. The dew points are also steadily starting to increase. We've been rising those temperatures up day by day, increasing it just by a degree or two, kind of getting back to normal here from our cold snap earlier in the week. 61, that's pretty pleasant still for the dew points, but whenever we have the dew points that's close to the overnight low and some calmer winds, that's when we start to see a little bit of fog. Now, as far as the dew points for the next several days, we will be in the lower 60s for those dew points, and our overnight temperatures will also be in the lower 60s. So some of you may see some fog for the morning commute. Now tomorrow it doesn't look too bad. For tonight, 64 for that overnight low. So a little bit milder in some spots for that overnight low. We will have that patchy fog mainly for our northernmost locations where we'll be a little bit cooler and those winds are lighter, and it's not as chilly as it has been. You'll notice the difference as you go outside. You may still need a lighter sweater as you head out to work tomorrow, but again, certainly not that chill that we had for the beginning of the week. Now here's our forecast in-house model showing you the fog, and again, most of this fog will be for areas like Inverness as well as Brooksville. Some of our coastal locations may see a little bit of it. It's mainly going to be areas along and north of I-4 where we have those cooler temperatures and those dew points are a little bit more of a closer match. So I would just be aware if you're somebody that lives in Dade City, Brooksville, Inverness, you could have visibility reduced. It looks like it will be the worst in Inverness, reduced down to about a half mile, and then things do start to gradually improve here by 8 a.m. Still seeing that thicker fog for Brooksville and Inverness, but everywhere else we have some clearer conditions. Newport Richey I would also be on the lookout for that fog as well. Dade City, you get the picture. So it's not reduced to the amounts where we would issue a weather impact alert, but for our northernmost locations, we do want to give you a heads up that that fog will be patchy and even dense in some locations. But if we see this fog that continues to increase as the week goes on and the temperatures remain pretty consistent here, well then we may issue some weather impact alerts for that fog if it does start to impact more of our area and it becomes denser. As we look at tomorrow's daytime high, we have a warmer afternoon. We're going into the low 80s, so again, a degree or two warmer than the previous day. This has been the trend for the last several days. As far as marine conditions go, we have a nice light chop on the bay currently and moving into tomorrow as well. Now tomorrow the winds will start off from the southwest. This is around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. And then as we move into the rest of the day, we will have a change up in the wind direction. Actually, there's a weak front to the north of us, and that will give us more of a northwesterly flow, especially closer to the coast. Not bringing us any rain, that front. We are pretty dry here. Besides the fog tomorrow morning, we're not even going to see a ton of cloud cover. Again, that front is draped up to the north of us, so if anything, a couple clouds here and there, but it's really not going to be a bad day. In fact, next several days, a stretch of drier weather. Look at that, and that will help warm these temperatures up a little bit more. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoons in the low to mid 80s.